Right guys, I thought it'd be about time I done my review on UCAP's new Vanquish site in Dover. So this is a first experience kind of review. Gameplay is going to be in the background, a few of the features of the site are going to be there as well. I thought personally this was fantastic. This was only the second time they'd run it, I think, and I thought they played the games out really well. I've also noticed there's quite a few choke points in other people's videos in the past, which, to be honest, it did put me off a little bit about the site being stuck in a corner for 20 minutes, but I do find that these don't happen often, and there are multiple angles and multiple routes you can take to get around these choke points. It's just that you see quite a few videos with people just stuck, which didn't really happen to me on the day. I thought it ran quite smoothly. The site as a whole is quite large. It's kind of one massive straight line, buildings either side, one massive kind of access road. Obviously you've got the actual prison itself, which is a multi-floor prison, it's hard to get through. You have to really watch your corners and watch your angles on that. So team play and watching those angles and poking your head round before you go around a corner is kind of essential. You can see here, this is me and one of my teammates, Dan, pushing around the back flank of their team, whereas it's quite open. It's not massive angles of CQB indoors when you're out here, so you've got quite a few long corridors and open points. You see Dan kind of pokes around here and he gets taken out from an angle, where the rest of us, instead of just going into that angle and all getting slaughtered, we move through one of the buildings. I did find the ammo restriction they have on site was actually fine, so they run games up to .32s, which in my opinion is more than enough for CQB. I think I was running .3 tracer BBs all day. Obviously it was in the daytime, so you can't really see tracers outside, but when you're indoors, even in a room like the one I'm now entering, if you fire off from tracers you can see them, and you can see the connection when they hit your target, which I found quite helpful, to be fair. But with the ammo weight outside, the engagement range that you're playing at, you don't need heavyweight ammo. You don't need anything crazy to actually be effective. So I personally went for threes. I quite like this bit of the video. This was a defensive part of the game where they were stacking up on this outside door and trying to get into the next building using grenades and a whole team. There's a bit here where they chuck a grenade in, they take out one of my teammates. And then one of their team starts to move in on an angle and he takes out one guy. Instead of just dropping him straight away, I thought I'd let him push, because if he pushes in there, his team behind him are going to think his right hand side is clear. You can see here, I just let him go through, team behind him thinks it's clear, and then yeah, that wasn't clear, lads. That was not clear at all. I had to bloody drop back out and reload because I saw one guy prepping a grenade, so I was like, right, slap another mag in, get back to it. This bit here is in a part of the actual prison itself where I got stuck. I pulled into here and I was at a point where I thought I had teammates behind me and I was just surrounded. So it was kind of a fight my way out situation. Got one guy there, another guy started to poke his way around, managed to get him as well, but then I made the catastrophic mistake of standing in this doorway after that, and I did not check up those stairs. As you can see, I can't see the top of the stairs, and there was a dude up those stairs. Here you've got the shop, which is run by Platoon Stores. As far as on-site shops go, this was fantastic. They have a brilliant selection of stuff, not just a low budget end like a lot of shops have. You've got Vortex there, you've got 511, you've got a decent selection of trousers as well. You've got some of the Emerson gear, ones with the knee pads, which are great. I rate them a lot. Optics, PEQs, mechanics gloves. They had a really cool selection of patches as well, 511 patches, a lot of different ones, which was really cool. Consumables like your ammo and gas is all there as well. Drinks they sell there, which were, really good prices, to be fair. Really rate that. This was just a quick view I took of the outside of the prison while just after the briefing on my phone. That's why it's a funny angle, but really nice view. It's just like Dover down there, and then you've got obviously the prisons and bits and the other buildings. This is another angle of one of the other parts of the prison. So I've tried to include like lots of different kind of parts of it whilst moving around, instead of just doing one long gameplay video. This is more of a review kind of thing of the actual site itself, less of a gameplay. marshals there. Seeing as this is my first time, it was incredibly welcoming. Like, they were all brilliant. Like, the marshals there, they don't take any shit, which is great. Like, I prefer like a strict marshal team than like layabout marshals who don't really do anything. That was a grenade being thrown at us. Managed to clear out that 5 meters pretty quick. But then I did got that guy, and then Mr. Marshall poked back round into his position and he took one, and I was like, oh, okay, whoops, sorry. But yeah, this is one of the corridors on the outside of the far left-hand side, which leads to, on my left, around this corner, it's quite open, so it is quite of a struggle to get out of here. This bit was another of the rooms, I think it was adjacent to the actual prison itself, which I was holding down for quite a while, because on my left-hand side, there is a set of windows that look to the forecourt, so you can literally see everyone who's stacking outside. So you can tell your teammates if they're prepping grenades. So we kind of stayed out of that room and stuck to here. But look, you can see that's their team. I don't know if some of them could see me, some of them couldn't, which I don't really understand why they kept pushing the angle. But yeah, that's it. The site was great. Really enjoyed it. I'm going back this weekend and I'll be seeing some of you guys there. And yeah, I can't rate it highly enough. It's definitely what this part of the country needed, was a good CQB site, and now we've got it. Well done, lads.